what's up? It's Gwen Stefani, and this has been a part of, in writing all the songs that I've ever done. I've done a cover of It's My Life by...
In an industry built on image and impermanence, Gwen Stefani and Blake Shelton have achieved something extraordinary. They've turned contrast into chemistry and celebrity into sincerity. Their partnership isn't just a romance, it's a cultural dialogue between pop and country, glamour and grit, California and Oklahoma. Gwen Stefani and Blake Shelton are widely celebrated as one of music's most unexpected yet enduring couples. Despite initial skepticism due to their contrasting backgrounds, Gwen being a polished pop star from California and Blake, a down-to-earth country singer from Oklahoma, their relationship has flourished since its early days on The Voice. The pair's romance officially became public in November 2015. Shortly after, both endured highly publicized divorces. Their connection first became visible to fans when they made their red carpet debut as a couple at the Vanity Fair Oscars after-party in 2016. Beyond romance, their relationship blossomed into musical collaboration, with Gwen recording a duet for Blake's album If I'm Honest and performing together on stage multiple times. Their story is a blend of musical triumphs, personal challenges, and the gradual merging of two very different worlds. Gwen Stefani's path to fame began in California, where she was born on October 3, 1969, in Fullerton. Raised in nearby Anaheim with a Catholic upbringing, Gwen pursued higher education at Fullerton College before transferring to California State University. During this period, she began performing as the vocalist for her brother Eric's band, an act brimming with promise. In 1991, the band No Doubt caught the attention of Jimmy Iovine and was signed to Interscope Records. Their self-titled debut album, released in 1992, struggled to gain traction due to the grunge-dominated music scene. However, No Doubt's third album, Tragic Kingdom, released in 1995, catapulted them to fame. The album, with hits like Don't Speak, sold over 16 million copies worldwide and earned Grammy nominations, cementing Gwen's status as a rising star. The success of Tragic Kingdom led Gwen to put her education on hold, to tour extensively, a commitment that lasted 2.5 years. Her lyrics often explored personal struggles, including her complicated relationship with Bush frontman Gavin Rossdale, as well as insecurities about love and family. No Doubt's musical evolution continued with the 2001 album Rocksteady, which infused reggae, dancehall, and new wave influences, garnering commercial success and Grammy recognition. Gwen also achieved individual acclaim through collaborations, notably winning a Grammy alongside rapper Eve in 2002 for their song Let Me Blow Your Mind. In 2004, Gwen began exploring a solo career, releasing Love, Angel, Music, Baby. In November 2004, the album paid homage to the music she grew up listening to, drawing heavily from 1980s and 1990s new wave, synth pop, and electro influences. Commercially successful, it debuted at number 7 on the Billboard 200 and eventually achieved multi-platinum status in several countries. Its lead single, What You Waiting For?, introduced her solo persona, blending pop sensibilities with candid reflections on her career transition and desire for motherhood. Subsequent singles, including Rich Girl, a duet with Eve, and Hollaback Girl, achieved global success, with the latter becoming the first U.S. digital download to sell over 1 million copies. Gwen followed this success with her second solo album, The Sweet Escape, released in December 2006. The record leaned heavily into electronic and dance-oriented music, reflecting Gwen's willingness to experiment and adapt. Hits like Wind It Up and The Sweet Escape earned Grammy nominations and reinforced her versatility as an artist. Gwen embarked on a worldwide tour to promote the album, covering North America, Europe, Asia, and Latin America. During this period, No Doubt continued to create music, though Gwen balanced her commitments with motherhood, having given birth to her second child. Meanwhile, Blake Shelton's early life in Ada, Oklahoma, was steeped in country music. Born in 1976 to Dorothy and Richard Shelton, he grew up surrounded by guitar riffs and storytelling lyrics that would later define his style. After graduating high school at 17, Blake moved to Nashville to pursue a music career. quickly drawing the attention of record labels with his authentic voice. In 2001, he released his debut single, Austin, which topped the Billboard Hot Country Singles chart and propelled his self-titled debut album to commercial success. Blake followed this with a series of albums: The Dreamer, 2003, Blake Shelton's Barn and Grill, 2004, and Pure BS, 2007, cementing his reputation in country music and achieving multiple #1 hits. Blake's personal life during this period was equally eventful. His first marriage to Knet G led to divorce in 2005, and shortly afterward, he began dating fellow country star Miranda Lambert. After 4 years, Blake proposed in 2010, marrying Lambert in May 2011. Despite their public image as a power couple, the pressures of fame and demanding careers strained their marriage, leading to their eventual separation and divorce in 2015. Similarly, Gwen's personal life saw turbulence. She married Gavin Rossdale in September 2002 after meeting him backstage at a concert in 1995. The couple had 3 children, but after over a decade together, the marriage fell apart amid allegations of infidelity. Gwen filed for divorce in August 2015, describing the experience as an emotionally devastating period of her life. It was in the aftermath of these personal hardships that Gwen and Blake's paths converged. Both joining The Voice in 2014, Gwen and Blake formed an instant connection. Initially supportive friends, their bond deepened as they navigated their divorces and demanding careers. Publicly, their chemistry was evident during television appearances and joint performances, including a duet of Endless Love on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. Gwen continued her solo work, releasing her 3rd studio album, This Is What the Truth Feels Like, in March 2016. The album's first single, Used to Love You, candidly reflected her experience with heartbreak, resonating strongly with audiences and debuting at #1 on the Billboard 200, parallel to Gwen's solo endeavors. Blake continued his prolific music career while also maintaining his role as a coach on The Voice. His 2016 album, If I'm Honest, achieved commercial success, topping the country charts and ranking 3rd on the Billboard 200. The lead single, Every Time I Hear That Song, further solidified Blake's status as a beloved country artist. In addition to music, Blake expanded into business ventures, opening Ole Red, a franchise of restaurants and entertainment complexes, with locations in Oklahoma, Nashville, Gatlinburg, and Orlando. By November 2015, representatives confirmed that Gwen and Blake were romantically involved. Fans were captivated by the news, as the pair appeared to have found solace and companionship in one another during a challenging chapter of their lives. Their relationship grew serious, with Blake integrating into Gwen's family and supporting her children. Public appearances, performances, and collaborative projects underscored the depth of their bond, with their affection often evident in interviews and on stage. Gwen and Blake's public debut as a couple came in February 2016 at the Vanity Fair Oscars after-party, soon followed by a joint performance at the Billboard Music Awards. Their co-star and friend Adam Levine often commented on the couple's visible chemistry, further cementing their status as a beloved pairing in the entertainment industry. Over the following years, Gwen embarked on a Las Vegas residency, Just a Girl, in 2018, with Blake consistently by her side in support. They continued to collaborate musically, releasing duets like Nobody But You and Happy Anywhere, the latter inspired by the COVID-19 pandemic. After 5 years together, Blake proposed to Gwen in October 2020. Their long-awaited nuptials took place in July 2021 at Blake's Oklahoma ranch, featuring a private ceremony attended only by family. The intimate event highlighted the couple's deep commitment to one another, with one of Gwen's children reading from the Bible and Carson Daly officiating the ceremony. Gwen, who had previously worn a solitaire engagement ring, now complemented it with a wedding band, officially becoming Mrs. Shelton. Throughout their relationship, Gwen and Blake have not only captured public attention, but also demonstrated a rare level of stability and support. Fans admire the pair not just for their star power, but for their ability to navigate personal challenges while maintaining a loving partnership. Their story is a testament to resilience, shared understanding, and the possibility of finding love after adversity. Beyond their personal lives, both continue to thrive professionally, balancing music careers, business ventures, and television commitments while nurturing their blended family. Gwen's trajectory from a California teenager performing with her brother's band to an international pop icon reflects her talent, perseverance, and willingness to embrace change. From No Doubt's early struggles and breakthrough with Tragic Kingdom, to Grammy-winning solo projects like Love, Angel, Music, Baby, and The Sweet Escape, she has consistently evolved as an artist. Blake's path mirrors this dedication, from his humble beginnings in Oklahoma to becoming a country music mainstay with multiple chart-topping albums and award nominations. His role on The Voice has further expanded his influence, showcasing his mentorship and charisma to a national audience. Their convergence on The Voice marked a pivotal point in both personal and professional lives, transforming them from colleagues to confidants and ultimately life partners. The public witnessed a genuine love story unfold, one defined not by Hollywood spectacle, but by mutual respect, shared experiences, and authentic connection. Together, Gwen and Blake have managed to harmonize their distinct worlds, blending pop and country sensibilities while maintaining their individuality. The couple's journey highlights the intersection of talent, timing, and personal growth. Both endured high-profile divorces and periods of uncertainty before finding stability and happiness with one another. Their shared understanding of the pressures of fame, combined with a genuine friendship, laid a strong foundation for romance. Through music, television, and public appearances, Gwen and Blake have consistently demonstrated their compatibility and dedication, offering fans a rare glimpse into a relationship built on trust and love. Musically, their collaborations have enriched both artists' catalogs. Gwen's emotive pop style complements Blake's soulful country sound, resulting in duets that resonate with diverse audiences. Their performances often carry an emotional depth informed by their personal journeys, creating an authenticity that is both compelling and relatable. Beyond the stage, Blake's integration into Gwen's family and her active participation in his life reflect a partnership grounded in everyday realities, not just public spectacle. Business ventures, such as Blake's Ole Red franchise and Gwen's ongoing solo projects, further demonstrate their ability to balance professional ambitions with personal fulfillment. Both have navigated the complexities of fame while remaining grounded, exemplifying a model of celebrity partnership that prioritizes emotional connection alongside career success. Their marriage, formalized in 2021, solidifies a long-term commitment that fans and the media have eagerly celebrated. Gwen and Blake's story serves as an inspirational example of finding love amidst adversity. Their relationship is characterized by patience, mutual support, and a willingness to embrace each other's worlds. From their initial connection on The Voice to performing duets, supporting each other's careers, and raising a blended family, the couple exemplifies resilience and the rewards of genuine companionship. Fans continue to admire the pair not only for their artistic achievements, but also for the authenticity and depth of their relationship. In summary, Gwen Stefani and Blake Shelton's journey from solo successes and personal hardships to a celebrated and loving partnership demonstrates the power of timing, mutual respect, and shared experiences. Gwen's rise from a young Californian musician to an international pop icon parallels Blake's ascent from a small-town Oklahoma singer to a country music superstar. Both endured the highs and lows of public life and personal relationships, ultimately finding in each other a partner who complements and supports them. Their marriage, musical collaborations, and public appearances reflect a rare balance of personal happiness and professional accomplishment. In a world often captivated by fleeting celebrity romances, Gwen and Blake's enduring love story stands out as a testament to perseverance, authenticity, and the transformative power of shared understanding and support. Fans and observers continue to celebrate their union, eagerly anticipating the continued evolution of both their personal lives and professional legacies. Through years of chart-topping albums, Grammy wins, television success, and personal growth, Gwen and Blake have cultivated a relationship that transcends celebrity gossip. They have navigated complex personal histories, found comfort in shared struggles, and built a foundation for a lasting partnership. Their journey underscores the interplay between vulnerability and resilience, creativity and collaboration, love and mutual respect. Today, Gwen Stefani and Blake Shelton remain not only powerful figures in the music industry, but also emblematic of the possibility of finding lasting love, even in the most unexpected places. At the core of Gwen Stefani and Blake Shelton's relationship lies the dynamic fusion of their musical identities. Gwen's artistry, forged in the vibrant ska and new wave scenes of the 1990s, is defined by its flamboyant visual aesthetic, genre-bending experimentation, and fashion-forward sensibility. She embodies California's sun-soaked pop culture, bold, restless, and visually captivating. Blake, conversely, represents the heart of American country, rooted in storytelling, rural values, and emotional sincerity. When these two worlds collided, fans anticipated creative dissonance, yet what emerged was a seamless harmony of opposites. Gwen and Blake's collaborations, such as Go Ahead and Break My Heart, 2016, Nobody But You, 2019, and Happy Anywhere, 2020, capture this delicate balance. In these duets, Gwen's airy pop vocals blend effortlessly with Blake's baritone drawl, producing songs that transcend genre boundaries. Critics have noted that the pair's chemistry transforms their music from simple love songs into testaments of emotional synchronicity. Their artistic collaboration highlights a broader cultural trend: the dissolution of rigid genre boundaries. In the digital era, audiences consume music through streaming platforms where playlists blur distinctions between pop, rock, R&B, and country. Gwen and Blake's duets serve as accessible bridges for fans on both sides, introducing pop listeners to the warmth of country storytelling while inviting country fans into the rhythmic hooks and production of mainstream pop. What distinguishes Gwen and Blake's partnership from other celebrity unions is the way it catalyzed mutual reinvention. Both artists met at turning points in their careers and personal lives. Gwen was emerging from the emotional aftermath of divorce and seeking new meaning in her music, while Blake was navigating his own highly publicized split and reevaluating his life beyond the relentless pace of the Nashville circuit. Through each other, they discovered not only personal healing but also renewed creative energy. Gwen's album This Is What the Truth Feels Like, 2016, reflects this transformation. Lyrically raw yet sonically vibrant, it channels heartbreak into empowerment. Blake's influence can be felt in the album's introspection. Songs like Make Me Like You and Rare carry an optimistic tenderness that mirrors her growing affection for him. Conversely, Blake's If I'm Honest, 2016, documents his emotional vulnerability post-divorce, featuring duets with Gwen that embody both confession and comfort. Love, for these two, became a form of artistic rebirth. In interviews, both have emphasized that their relationship encouraged authenticity over image management. Gwen, once synonymous with high-concept fashion and pop perfectionism, began embracing simplicity, rural aesthetics, and a grounded way of living. Blake, long associated with barroom humor and Southern stoicism, softened publicly, showing emotional openness rarely seen in country's traditionally masculine archetypes. Their relationship thus challenged conventional gender and genre roles. Gwen, an urban, fashion-conscious pop icon, learned to find beauty in the slow pace of Oklahoma life, often posting pictures of herself gardening or celebrating small-town traditions. Blake, in turn, became an emblem of emotional honesty, demonstrating that vulnerability does not weaken masculinity, but enhances it. Together, they crafted a shared identity rooted in balance. Urban sophistication meets rural authenticity. The media portrayal of Gwen and Blake has oscillated between fascination and skepticism. When their relationship became public in 2015, many tabloids framed it as an unlikely pairing, a publicity-driven romance born on reality television. Yet, as time passed, the narrative evolved. Their longevity, evident affection, and absence of scandal gradually transformed them into one of Hollywood's most admired couples. Part of this admiration stems from their resistance to spectacle. Unlike many celebrity romances amplified by social media, Gwen and Blake's approach has been refreshingly organic. Their interviews are marked by humor and humility rather than performative affection. They rarely overshare, yet remain transparent enough to engage fans. This careful balance has earned them credibility across demographics, from teenage pop listeners to older country fans. Television also played a key role in shaping their public image. As coaches on The Voice, Gwen and Blake's interactions offered viewers a rare glimpse of authenticity in a highly produced setting. Their banter, mutual admiration, and genuine affection became integral to the show's appeal. Producers cleverly leaned into their chemistry, but it was the couple's sincerity that resonated. Their on-screen partnership blurred the line between entertainment and reality, making audiences feel invested not only in contestants, but in the couple's evolving relationship. This dual presence, on-screen, collaborators and off-screen partners, gave rise to a unique form of celebrity narrative, one that merges professional and personal storylines. In an era of curated influencer relationships, Gwen and Blake's love story felt refreshingly human. Their occasional teasing, Blake's down-home humor, and Gwen's expressive laughter reflected something rare in pop culture: unfiltered joy. From a sociocultural perspective, the Gwen-Blake dynamic invites reflection on gender and authenticity within celebrity culture. Gwen's transformation from the edgy frontwoman of No Doubt to a reflective pop icon and devoted partner mirrors broader shifts in how female artists navigate aging, motherhood, and public identity. Traditionally, pop stardom has demanded perpetual. Her relationship with Blake coincided with a period in which she leaned into naturalism, visually and emotionally. In music videos and social media posts, she appeared more grounded, prioritizing family and rural life over the high-glam urbanity of her early career. Yet, this shift did not dilute her individuality. Instead, it expanded the definition of what female pop icons can represent. Blake's trajectory also challenges masculine stereotypes in country music. Known for his rugged humor and whiskey-soaked charm, Blake has always embodied the archetypal American male. Yet, his public affection for Gwen and his willingness to engage emotionally have softened that image, making him emblematic of a more emotionally literate masculinity. He has spoken openly about the ways Gwen inspired him to express vulnerability, an act that resonates deeply within a genre historically dominated by stoic narratives. Together, Gwen and Blake offer a modern redefinition of authenticity. They demonstrate that true artistic and emotional honesty is not bound by geography, genre, or gender expectations. Instead, it thrives in mutual respect and emotional transparency. While their romance is grounded in genuine affection, Gwen and Blake's partnership has also become a masterclass in brand synergy. Both are established entertainers with distinct audiences, yet their union amplified each other's commercial appeal. Collaborations like Nobody But You and Happy Anywhere achieved significant chart success, fueled by fans from both musical worlds. These songs were strategically released during periods of public interest in their relationship, reinforcing a feedback loop between personal narrative and professional momentum. Their appearances on The Voice further bolstered this dynamic. The show, already a platform for music mentorship, became a narrative arena where their relationship developed in real time. Every flirtatious exchange, playful argument, or supportive comment became a form of soft marketing, blurring the line between romance and entertainment. Brand partnerships followed naturally. Gwen's fashion ventures, including her GX by Gwen Stefani line and LAMB collection, found renewed attention as fans embraced her more relatable persona. Blake, meanwhile, expanded his business portfolio through his Ole Red franchise and other hospitality ventures, benefiting from heightened visibility and crossover appeal. However, what distinguishes their branding from typical celebrity commodification is its authenticity. They rarely appear to force their public image. Instead, their relatability fuels organic engagement. Whether performing duets or appearing in interviews, they project ease rather than strategy, a quality that endears them to audiences across socioeconomic and generational lines. In a broader cultural context, Gwen and Blake's relationship symbolizes a reconciliation of two Americas, the cosmopolitan and the rural. At a time when cultural divisions often dominate discourse, their union subtly bridges aesthetic and ideological divides. Gwen's background, fashion-forward, West Coast, and pop-centric, contrasts with Blake's southern, blue-collar authenticity. Yet their partnership celebrates common ground rather than difference. This resonance has socio-political undertones. Their relationship, celebrated across both pop and country fan bases, reflects an aspiration toward unity and mutual understanding. It challenges stereotypes about urban elitism and rural conservatism by presenting affection, humor, and shared values as universal. When Gwen performs barefoot on Blake's Oklahoma ranch, or he joins her on a glitzy red carpet in Los Angeles, they embody the fluidity of modern identity, showing that love can transcend geography and culture. Moreover, their aesthetic collaboration mirrors this bridging of worlds. In performances, Gwen's stylistic boldness, vivid colors, high fashion, and theatrical flair contrasts yet complements Blake's simplicity, jeans, boots, and cowboy charm. Their visual juxtaposition itself becomes symbolic of cultural integration. Fans witness not only a love story, but also an evolving American narrative that embraces both sparkle and sincerity. As of the mid-2020s, Gwen Stefani and Blake Shelton occupy a rare position in the entertainment world. Artists who have outlasted skepticism and redefined public expectations. Their marriage represents stability in an industry often marked by volatility. Together, they have achieved what few celebrity couples manage, a shared narrative that enhances rather than overshadows individual achievements. For Gwen, this phase of her life reinforces her role as a pop matriarch, an artist who has gracefully transitioned from youth-oriented stardom to mature authenticity. She remains a fashion icon, a musical innovator, and a symbol of reinvention. For Blake, this period cements his status as a cross-generational figure in country music and television. His presence on The Voice transformed him from a genre-specific artist into a mainstream personality beloved for his humor and humility. Their partnership continues to evolve through collaborative performances, joint interviews, and family life. Fans view their marriage as both aspirational and relatable, a testament to emotional resilience and the enduring possibility of new beginnings. Beyond their relationship, Gwen and Blake's union has inspired creative discourse about the intersections of genre, identity, and authenticity. Their duets demonstrate that musical chemistry often arises from contrast, not similarity. Their personal story challenges the assumption that celebrity relationships are inherently superficial, and their ongoing success underscores the enduring appeal of sincerity in a media-saturated age. In a broader artistic sense, Gwen and Blake symbolize a form of post-genre collaboration, a fluid, adaptive artistry that mirrors contemporary music's hybrid nature. They show that boundaries between pop, country, and alternative sounds are increasingly porous, reflecting a generation of listeners who value emotion over categorization. Looking ahead, Gwen Stefani and Blake Shelton's legacy is likely to extend beyond music. Their shared ventures, family commitments, and philanthropic interests position them as cultural ambassadors for authenticity and balance. They have become emblematic of the modern artist couple, equal partners who enhance each other's creative and personal growth. Their story also serves as a reminder that reinvention and love are not confined to youth. Both found renewed purpose and inspiration in midlife, challenging ageist narratives within entertainment. Through humor, humility, and collaboration, they've modeled a partnership rooted in respect rather than rivalry, a dynamic often missing from celebrity culture. Ultimately, Gwen and Blake's greatest contribution may not lie in chart success or awards, but in their embodiment of emotional truth. In a world increasingly dominated by curated perfection, their willingness to be vulnerable, playful, and imperfect stands out as a quiet act of rebellion. To understand the enduring impact of Gwen Stefani, one must look beyond her chart positions or fashion statements and examine the cultural narrative she represents. Throughout her career, Gwen has defied easy categorization. She began as the frontwoman of a ska punk band, evolved into a pop icon, and later became a multifaceted creative force encompassing music, fashion, and television. Her career trajectory mirrors the broader evolution of women in pop, from performers to autonomous creators and business leaders. Stefani's early success, with No Doubt in the 1990s, symbolized a particular moment in youth culture. The band's blend of ska, punk, and pop was unconventional in an era dominated by grunge. Yet, Gwen's charisma and unapologetic individuality made her a cultural phenomenon. With her platinum blonde hair, red lipstick, and eclectic style, she embodied rebellion and femininity simultaneously. She was not a passive frontwoman, but a commanding presence who sang about heartbreak, independence, and self-discovery. With striking honesty, her transition to a solo artist in the mid-2000s was equally daring. Love, Angel, Music, Baby was more than an album. It was a statement about self-expression, cultural hybridity, and creative ambition. Drawing from 1980s pop, Japanese street fashion, and hip-hop aesthetics, Gwen created a unique world that blurred the lines between art, commerce, and performance. Songs like Hollaback Girl not only topped charts, but also reshaped the language of pop culture, proving that empowerment could coexist with playful irreverence. Yet, Gwen's influence extends beyond music. Her fashion ventures, including the LAMB brand and Harajuku Lovers line, redefined what it meant for musicians to expand into design. She didn't simply license her name, she infused her aesthetic philosophy, an intersection of global influences, street style, and high fashion. For young women, especially those who grew up in the early 2000s, Gwen represented self-determination. She showed that artistry could be entrepreneurial, that pop could have intellect, and that reinvention was not a betrayal of authenticity, but a form of survival. In her later years, Gwen's artistry has matured without losing its edge. Her exploration of love, faith, and motherhood reflects a woman who has lived multiple creative lives. By embracing domesticity and rural life alongside pop glamour, she challenges the binary between the career woman and the family woman. This balance, between stage lights and home life, between fashion icon and country partner, cements her as one of the most adaptable and multidimensional figures in modern pop culture. Her influence on newer generations of artists, such as Dua Lipa, Billie Eilish, and Olivia Rodrigo, is visible in their fusion of genre and fashion-conscious identity. Gwen's career exemplifies that the most enduring pop stars are not those who chase trends, but those who remain unapologetically themselves while evolving with grace. If Gwen Stefani represents the shape-shifting versatility of pop, Blake Shelton stands for the steadfast roots of country music. Yet, within that constancy lies evolution of another kind, one that reflects the modernization of country's image and accessibility. From his breakout in 2001, with Austin to his more recent chart-topping albums, Blake has embodied the balance between traditionalism and modern appeal. His storytelling evokes the classic country themes of love, heartbreak, and home, but his delivery, equal parts humor, humility, and soul, has made him a mainstream figure. More than a singer, he has become a cultural bridge, introducing country to audiences who might otherwise overlook the genre. Blake's long-running tenure on The Voice has been instrumental in reshaping his public image. As a mentor and personality, he transcended the confines of the Nashville circuit to become a household name. His charm and humor, often self-deprecating, helped redefine what a country artist could represent. He was no longer just a performer for rural America. He became a relatable, nationally recognized figure. Musically, Shelton's discography mirrors his life's emotional arc. Early songs carried youthful exuberance and romantic optimism, while later works convey maturity and introspection. Tracks such as God Gave Me You, Mine Would Be You, and Nobody But You, with Gwen, encapsulate a spiritual and emotional dimension that deepens his artistry. Through his songwriting choices and vocal delivery, he has cultivated an image of sincerity, a rare quality in an age of overproduced spectacle. Blake's business ventures, including his Ole Red restaurants and entertainment venues, highlight another aspect of his legacy: the fusion of country music with lifestyle branding. He has effectively turned his down-home charm into a cultural experience, where music, food, and community intersect. Unlike the impersonal ventures of many celebrities, Blake's establishments retain the personal touch and authenticity his fans associate with him. Perhaps most importantly, Blake Shelton represents the democratization of fame. He is not a distant star, but a relatable figure who embodies humor, imperfection, and gratitude. His humility in interviews, often crediting Gwen for his emotional growth, humanizes him further. In an industry where image can overshadow humanity, Blake remains grounded, proof that success need not come at the expense of character. Gwen and Blake's relationship thrives not because they mirror one another, but because they complement each other's creative and personal strengths. They represent two halves of a broader artistic philosophy. Gwen's flair for visual and sonic innovation balances Blake's narrative sincerity and emotional grounding. Their duets function as case studies in this harmony. Songs like Nobody But You and Happy Anywhere are not merely romantic ballads. They are layered dialogues. Gwen's vocal delicacy weaves around Blake's rich, steady tone, symbolizing a conversation between different musical traditions. These tracks are rooted in the country tradition of storytelling, but elevated by pop's melodic sensibility. On a deeper level, their collaborations explore the transformative power of companionship. In both life and art, they illustrate that creativity flourishes in emotional safety. Blake's grounded nature provides Gwen with stability, while her artistic spontaneity brings freshness to his work. Each amplifies what the other lacks, creating an equilibrium that resonates through their shared projects. The synergy extends beyond music. Their interviews and public appearances often feel like unscripted duets, his dry humor offset by her exuberant laughter. They model a partnership where individuality is not erased, but celebrated. For fans, they serve as proof that difference need not breed division, that love can exist between contrasting identities without compromise. Their marriage also redefines what power couple means in contemporary entertainment. Unlike partnerships built on spectacle, Gwen and Blake's influence lies in authenticity and mutual respect. They do not compete for attention but share it effortlessly, understanding that collaboration, not rivalry, sustains longevity. In many ways, the Gwen Blake narrative encapsulates the evolution of celebrity itself. The 1990s and early 2000s, when Gwen first rose to prominence, were defined by the spectacle of stardom, mystique, distance, and heavily curated personas. By contrast, Blake's ascent coincided with the rise of social media and reality television, where relatability became currency. Together, they bridge these two paradigms. Gwen brings the glamour and artistic mystique of the old guard, while Blake embodies the approachable authenticity of the digital age. Their union signals a shift in public expectations of fame. Audiences today crave transparency over perfection. They respond to emotional truth more than to polished facades. Gwen and Blake's willingness to display vulnerability, whether discussing past heartbreaks or showing affection on television, meets this cultural moment perfectly. Their relatability humanizes fame, suggesting that celebrity can coexist with sincerity. This humanizing quality has made them symbols of resilience. In an era where relationships in the public eye often crumble under scrutiny, Gwen and Blake's stability feels revolutionary. They demonstrate that fame need not corrode intimacy, that privacy, humor, and shared purpose can shield love from the chaos of celebrity culture. Their story also challenges the cultural obsession with youth in both pop and country music. Falling in love and reinventing themselves in their 40s and 50s, they model a form of adulthood that is vibrant rather than stagnant. Their journey defies the narrative that emotional or creative renewal is limited to youth. Instead, they show that growth and discovery can occur at any age, and that second chances can be sweeter than first ones. The influence of Gwen Stefani and Blake Shelton extends far beyond their respective fan bases. They represent a generational synthesis, linking Gen X's ethos of authenticity with the millennial and Gen Z demand for transparency. Their appeal spans demographics because their story is, at its core, universal: the search for love, redemption, and belonging. Culturally, they stand as ambassadors of coexistence between urban and rural identities. Gwen's California Polish and Blake's Oklahoma roots create a visual and emotional metaphor for America's diversity. In a time often characterized by polarization, their harmony feels symbolic. Their relationship, though personal, functions as a form of soft cultural diplomacy, reminding audiences that empathy bridges divides more effectively than argument. Their influence also resonates in media studies. As personalities on The Voice, they transformed the dynamic of talent shows. The program became not only a competition, but a narrative space where mentorship, humor, and romance intertwined. Their presence demonstrated how reality TV could foster genuine human connection without sacrificing entertainment value. Among younger fans, the couple's relationship offers an antidote to cynicism. It presents love as both grounding and transformative, neither idealized nor disposable. Their affection, often displayed through laughter and playfulness, rejects the melodrama often associated with celebrity romance. This normalization of healthy partnership, one marked by equality, communication, and mutual support, has quietly influenced how fans conceptualize relationships in the public eye.